Hello everyone, Mixfant Gaming here. Welcome to my channel. Today we're back here in Mech Arena, and it's been a number of days since I've done a video. I was going to put one out. We just got the update, just I guess it was yesterday, or maybe it was the day before. I can't remember, to be honest now. But anyways, I didn't want to. I want to try to do something different. I was going to take a day or two and just to digest the update and what's in it, what's not. What are the positives, the negatives, instead of just doing my normal gut reaction, which tends to always lead into the negative. So, that being said, I've had a couple days here just to think it over, look at some things. We did have a number of glitches and bugs that came in with this update. Many of you were, for instance, either you couldn't log in. There was an error that happened on some people that basically prevented them logging in. There was situations where you go into the game, and especially the Guardian was one of the culprits of this. You get all these pink glitch things coming on the screen instead of actually seeing the mech's ability. My understanding is that's been fixed on both Android and iOS. I'm not sure if iOS has gotten the full update yet or not, but there has been at least a couple of hot patches for Android. It's been fixed. I haven't been seeing that anymore myself. Now let's get into the actual meat and potatoes of this update here. We have the Season Pass. One of the things where, we're coming in here. Is it good? Is it bad? Foggy has put out a video recently. He did a great job explaining it there. And I share his concerns about, they're adding in ways to get at least a little bit more resources. Not a huge amount, but a little bit. At least for the free-to-play player, you get a little bit more, of course, if you spend money. But we really don't want to see Plarium coming out and reducing the amount that we already get in order to compensate for the amount that they've put in the Battle Pass. We were already starving for resources in this game already. There is no need to be able to reduce what we got from other sources and basically repurpose them and put them in here in the Battle Pass. So far, I haven't seen that. They haven't, but again, this is only the first couple days. They haven't seemed to reduce the resources, the pitiful resources we were getting, and essentially put them here in the Battle Pass. But with that being said, we look through here, you get some blueprints, some credits, not a huge amount of credits. I meant to actually sit down here and do the math and figure out what's the amount of credits you would get. Looking here, at least just the plain credits, we have 3,000 on top, 6, 9, 12, 15. So you get 15,000 credits alone. Plus we get some of the crates. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 of the regular steel crates. You're probably roughly averaging around 350 or so credits out of those. Let's just do 300 for easy math. So that's another 3,000. So you're now up to 18,000 credits, plus another 1,500 or so from the gold crate at the end. So, you're up to basically 19,500 credits in the free pass. Honestly, for 4 weeks of effort, that's not a lot of credits. Yeah, it's roughly 20,000 credits you wouldn't have had otherwise. But let's be honest, how many people can do an upgrade for 20,000 credits once you start getting to mid to end game? It's for 4 weeks of effort, you should be able to accumulate more resources than that. Similarly in the gold pass, I'm not going to go through and add it all up, but you're probably looking at maybe another 50,000, 60,000 credits at the most. So again, for the two of them together, taking all the crates into consideration, you're looking maybe 70,000, 75,000 credits you would get out of buying the operation. The flip side of that, though, when you do buy the operation, you get access to this credit stash. And the total you can put in there is 300K. So for me, if I wanted to actually get the gold pass, it's $14 for me because I'm not in the United States, so there is a conversion right there. So basically $14 Canadian for me to get that. Is it worth getting it for basically a bunch of skins that I don't really care about? The only skin I really care about or would like is actually the kill shot. And I'm actually surprised to see that in the free pass. Killshot is one of those mechs that people love to get skins for. And as you can have maybe remembered in the past when we've had these specialty skins, they've almost always been on the Killshot. And we have to either spend a huge amount of the fortune keys in order to try to obtain it out of the fortune vaults because it's a prototype skin, or we have to get lucky and get it in the event crate rushes. And if you wanted to buy it afterwards, I think, for instance, that racing one came available for like 50 or 60 bucks to buy just that one skin. So for me, I don't intend to buy the gold pass, at least not right away. I am just going to stick with the free tier. Maybe as we get further along, and maybe if I can't unlock all 30 levels, maybe then I'll decide to get the gold pass. But as of right now, I'm not going to. My recommendation to you would be to wait as well. We have absolutely no idea what these objectives are going to be. This first phase, I'll probably get the 50 games. Maybe not in the full first week, but probably by week 2 I'll get the 50 games. But if they start putting in tasks in here to upgrade mechs or weapons, especially if they decide to do something like specific, like upgrade your disc launcher 8s one time, like that's going to be absolutely insane, and people are going to be upset about it. But the most thing people might be upset about if they put a task in here to actually make an in-game purchase. That will just completely blow my mind and put me over the edge. Because this is supposed to be a season pass, things you should be able to obtain during regular gameplay in a season. They don't have to be necessarily easy to obtain, but for me, all tasks in here for a season pass should be obtained through regular gameplay. Not forcing people to do upgrades, not forcing people to spend money in a game. So we're already going to be spending money if you want the gold pass. I really hope they don't put elements in there that you have to spend money on top of it just to complete some of these tasks, because I have absolutely no idea how much all these tasks are going to be worth. I thought maybe they might all be equal, but if you look here, this one's for 8, then you go to 12, then you go to 16, then 20. So I would imagine in the phase 2, 3, and 4, they might have similar structures. So I can't even kind of estimate what the average of these would be and how many of these tasks you might need in order to complete the full operation. You might have to complete every single task to finish the operation. I don't know. Hopefully it's a subset and you don't have to finish every single one, and then you can kind of pick and choose what you want. But anyways, so that's kind of my initial review. I'm cautiously optimistic. Yes, the gold pass is a bit more pay to play, pay to win. It lets you get a little bit more extra resources. $14, at least for me, is kind of borderline of where I would actually spend any money in a game. Some people wouldn't even bat an eye and easily throw that money away into the game. And I really do say throw that money in the game, because you're not going to get anything tangible out of it. It's just for enjoyment. So if you like spending money in the game and you get a lot of enjoyment in the game, fine. Put the 15 bucks or whatever in, or whatever your currency is. 10 bucks I think it is for the States. But spend money because you want to and you enjoy the game. Don't get caught up in the trap of spending money because you think you have to, because you don't have to. There are ways to enjoy this game without worrying about being in the top end, top tier, meta weapons, meta mechs. Just go in there, find what works for you, and enjoy the game for what it is. Myself, I'm actually just going to be starting to, probably in the near future here, work towards changing my hangar and to change it into a fun setup. I'm thinking of throwing a shadow in there, maybe even leveling up my Lancer if I can afford it. Just stuff that, is not the meta and just would allow me some kind of interesting moments. It'd be nice to be able to be in a Lancer, jump in on, say, a brick house and take it out with just a lowly Lancer. Things like that would just kind of bring a smile to my face. But anyways, that being said, let's hop into a game here. I have yet to see any of the new maps. It's been, like I said, a couple days now since it's been released. And not once have I actually ever ended up being in one of the maps. So I'm going to pause it here, and I'm going to come back to when I bloody find one of these darn maps. So just bear with me, and we'll get into some gameplay. All right, finally, I found one of these maps. So I believe this is the Site 313 map. if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it is. All right, so we're just going to start here with my kill shot. It's pretty open from what I remember, so I should be able to use my javelins perfectly fine here. And I honestly don't even know where to go. I haven't even been in a custom game to see what this map looks like. So I'm just going to kind of hunker over here in the left-hand side. This is just going to be a slugfest here in center. It really is. It's way too open. I already don't like this map. It's just there's very little cover. You've got a few structures here that you can hide behind. But this map is going to be ripe for javelins, for rocket mortars, those type of weapons. You know, you probably could get up here and do a decent job sniping with your long arms or your rail guns. Heck, you can just stand up here with a Zephyr and probably freeze anybody that comes in the center. You don't even have to move. But anyways, I'm going to be trying to do my best here. I didn't look at the names when I first dropped in, but my suspicion is they're all AIs. I honestly have not had a real player in a match for 3 days. I know a lot of players out there are saying some of them have liked some of the matchmaking changes, apparently, that Plarium did with a test group. Me, I haven't actually seen a single real player since they did that test. So I'm not. Oh crap! The guy got in my way. I'm not sure what everybody else's opinions are with the matchmaking. If you saw any changes in your own account or not, it's pretty obvious for me that I was not part of this test group. Even now, like I'm just facing like this guy. I'm pretty sure is an AI here. I'm trying to look at the names. I don't see anything that kind of really stands out to me as being a real player. If there was a real player, I probably would have already been focused down by now, because that's what they tend to do. And so I'm just going to hover here a little bit. I think that was a Zephyr. So if I go ahead and expose myself, he'll lock me down. Even if I'm within like 5 meters of him and I try to dash, I'll get locked down by the AI before you can even hit him. Alright, so let's see if we can get the pigeon guy over there. Alright, and they're hallucinating us back there. We got a shadow getting into our home spawn area. So that's, I believe it was an Ares, if I'm not mistaken. So just kind of hover on this corner. See, there's not really too many places to go. Ooh, nice. Oh, actually, that might have been a redox, which is great to take off the field. A lot of redoxes these days, and if you get hit by their dot effect, it does do quite a bit of damage. So let's get him from behind. All right, good. So I'm getting a lot of wingmans, but I'm just not getting very many kills. Okay, so that's a Zephyr. So he could lock me down here. So it's an AI. So I'm just going to sit here. He can't see me. Now I'm going to dash him before he can look at me and lock me down. All right, so we got another Zephyr coming in. So let's just rinse and repeat, go around the corner. Again, that's another AI. Let's try to do the same tactic again if we can. But I don't like just hanging around here in this corner. Let's get him down. So I did get Zephyred by the two of them there. All right. And get my dash back and get him. Come on in. Oh, okay. Well, I got him anyways. So he got me with a long arm, even though there's no way in heck he should have even been able to see me coming through there dashing and hit me at the same time. So let's go in with my Panther here with my railgun. And the game's just about over with anyways. I wonder if I can get this kill here before it ends. They have the advantage, but I think that might be the last guy. Yep, it is. So we met them out. So anyways, you know, 313, it's definitely a slugfest for that center control point. Similarly, probably the Imperial Tower will be the same way, just like the Skyship 11. I did some decent damage there, 505,000, 8 kills. Only got to 1 control point, but that's okay. I was just wanting to... This was my first time in the map, so I didn't really want to rush into center. For me, personally, I'm not a fan of the 3 control point maps. I just think they're too linear. It's too much of a brawl in the center area. And I really prefer the tactical game style of the 5v5, or not 5v5, the 5 control point maps. I just think these ones are too small. They're too linear, and it just, while it makes for heavy brawls in the center, that's what it is. It's just which team can mech out the other one the quickest. So not my cup of tea. I prefer the other ones. It's nice to see new maps. Again, I think it might have been it might have been Scape 211 that mentioned that, it's just, they don't really feel like new maps because we already have a 2v2 map that has a cyberpunk theme, just like the Site 313. And the Imperial Towers one is a similar feel to the Forbidden City. So the aesthetics are similar to two other maps already. Just kind of like in the tournament, you have quite a few container type maps. I would have preferred to have a map with just a completely different feel, but that might be a little too much to ask. The devs are doing their best. They're trying to give us a new match with what we are asking for. It's probably just a lot more work to come up with completely brand new concepts, and I'm sure we will get that at some point. So, anyways, I'm gonna call it here. So, let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are of the Battle Pass, or the Season Pass, I guess I should say. The matchmaking testing that they had done a little while ago, I'm not sure if it's still ongoing. If you're still experiencing any bugs or glitches in the game that are related to the update, not past ones. Like, we all still know there's still that kill shot dash bug and some other ones going around. But anyways, yeah, just let me know your thoughts. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the content. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing. Until next time, cause some mayhem in the field for me.